Morning everyone, let me just turn around down the radio. Gosh, what day are we at today? It's a Thursday, isn't it? I think so. So we got the first one in this morning, which is a Fiat 500L. It's got that kind of radio in it. I've already taken it out the dash, awaiting the delivery. So we just had the Fiat kit and the infotainment adapter ready to go. So we got a new radio to put in this. Pioneer 77 is going in it. And the debacle yesterday, when we were getting ready to send this thing on its way. Let me just get in here. So, Merkish's little peach. That's how the door should open. This thing here, as the door closes, these contacts make contact with these contacts. And then this thing catches the back of the door and it rotates over to pull the rear of the door in. Inside here, these are not standard, these are aftermarket things that they've been fitted. And inside here is all cut apart, the metalwork is all severed. And what they've basically got is on this side, that unit has now failed. So I've had to cut open the interior, and you can see from the state of the work in here, the way that they've cut things, the way that they've mounted things, that looks like part of a wardrobe door. They've severed all the metalwork to gain access and put in one of these little rotating things that now doesn't work properly. So I had to break my way into there yesterday in a fashion that I can actually put this back and make it look alright again. But currently, the door, watch this one. See, it rotates it in when it closes. The door on the other side at the minute doesn't do that. I've managed to power probe the motor manually and I can get it to flip out, but I can't get it to pull the door in, so we get left with a stupid gap. In here I can power probe this grommet here and I can actually activate the door that it will now open. And then I can gain access to that back section in order to rectify whatever's happening with that rotating thing down in here. But this is a problem that I didn't want and kind of didn't need. This thing should have gone a month ago. So we are on with this today, this morning, get that finished, and then I've got to get Merkish in and try and figure out what the hell I'm going to do with it. Fun times. See you in a bit. Afternoon everyone, we've got Merkish back in. I'm just going through this door, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I've just done a little impromptu one. Just getting here.
If you're more than a quarter of a mile from home.
Little Skoda. It had a failed unit in here with a fake DAB aerial that was stuck up here that wasn't actually connected to anything, which is quite funny. So now it's got a Kenwood. They didn't have a lot of time, but I said I'd chuck it in. So new microphone, DAB aerial, USB is front loading on this one. But that's it, this one's finished. Just wait for it to come back and pick it up. Back to DAB 1, there we go. But that's it, this is done. Now back on with Merkish. Oh, the Fiat's done, just behind me. But I am waiting on a different fascia. So the fascia I've got 2014 onwards, that car's a 2013, so we need a 2012 fascia. So it's I think it's a 18 as opposed to a 38 because the top fascia's got a curve on it. But radio's in and working for now. We'll just have to adjust the fascia at a later stage. So this is my issue here. So these pins here are not connecting with this here. That's what opens the door, triggers the motors to work, and this here is what pulls the back of the door in or out to allow it to release and then roll backwards. This thing here is not working. We've only got it acting one way. So I think it pulls out, it won't pull back in. So I am now playing silly buggers with this, trying to fix it. And then I've got to fix that panel back in, repair the holes that I've made, glue the fascia and the trim back on, and then this thing's good to go. But yes, currently just doing some probing and testing to see what I can actually get activated. But at least I figured out a way to break into these things, which is helpful to say the least. Oh, we're probably going to have to do some hoovering as well. Fun time, see you in a bit. Right everyone, on my way back. Let me just get you on charge because you're going to go dead in a minute. Yeah, just leaving work. I've got what I needed to do done today, and then the all afternoon I spent messing around with merkish. So what I've kind of figured out, make sure you're on charge. Is that working? I've got a charge light. What's going on there? All afternoon we've been working on merkish. What I've basically figured out is the mechanical rotating lock assembly is 100% working. So we have a power probe on the rotating lock and it works. When the relay activates the rotating lock assembly, it kind of lifts the door one way up in the air and then it gives up and lets it down. Now the relay boxes, the orange boxes, are completely unwritten. There's no model numbers, there's no part, there's no company details, there's no stickers, there's no engraving. So as for who they're made by, I don't know. I don't know whether it's resistance, so the motor reaching too much resistance and the relay gives up. I don't know whether it's a timed thing and it's not long enough to rotate the lock all of the way, or I don't know whether the relay is given up and it just doesn't have the powered output to rotate and pull the door back in. I say I've now got the door opening and closing, and I can activate the whole thing with a power probe, but I cannot get this lock rotating thing to go all the way unless I shut the door with a button, stick my power probe in the end of it, power the lock, and then it will pull the back of the door in and it stays shut, and that's how it should be. Undoing the door, it seems to be fine. Rotating the lock out and allowing the door to then pop at the back and then the motor pulls it backwards. That thing works, but I just don't know why it's not strong enough to pull it the other way. So I've got some thinking to do with my electrician mate, see if I can pick his brain whether we need to measure the whole system on a cal amp so we can see, you know, what draw it has, what current it's taking, whether there is a duration on it. I don't know, I'm not familiar with this system, but we've kind of solved some queries and opened up others, so time will tell. But I'm running late, half hour already. I'm gonna get home, see the kids, wifey, chill out for the evening, put the feelers out there, see if I can talk with a buddy of mine and understand, maybe a bit of googling to see what these boxes do, where they come from, if there's a brand. I don't know, but for now, end of Thursday, I'm knackered, going out. See you all nice and early in the morning. Morning everyone, it's Friday. Just waking the neighbours up. What are we at today? GT86 coming in first thing, dash cameras front and rear, and then I've got Bob's T5 camper coming back in, We did a reverse camera on it a while ago with a head unit, and the reverse camera didn't work because obviously we had the issue with park safe and their cameras not being powered. Well, they've sent me a load of extra leads to make up the bits that need to be powered. So we got to fix his camera today, and then back on with Merkish, try and figure out what's going on with the relay. What I might try and do today is swap over the relay boxes left to right and see if that makes a difference. See if I can move the problem to the right. If I can, that means the relay stuff is out of whack. And then I just need to figure out whether I'm timing, resistance, power, I don't know. But if we can move it, it would kind of, if we move the problem, it would highlight what the issue is. We've tracked it down to the front of the vehicle. Now we just need to figure out the rest. Oh, what a good sound. But coffee time. Have a little drive with this to work. It's a bit wet, a bit slippy this morning. Best parking ever. Concrete lorry. Awesome. Let's enjoy some straight six noises. Weather is supposed to be awful today, and then I think at the weekend it gets brighter but colder. Some nice northerly winds coming, and we apparently should get the first frosts through the country. Got a police car about somewhere. No, it's an ambulance at the Old People's Centre. But a grey day, but we shall stay warm anyway, it's all good. See you in a bit, everyone. Evening, everyone. Apologies, I've not been filming much today. We had a guy's GT86 in for a stereo fix. No, we didn't. Dash cameras front and rear. My bad. Apologies. I had. Let me just get to today. Oh, Jesus. It's been one of them days, my head is pickled. Yeah, GT86, we had to do front and rear dash cameras from Thinkware. I had Bob's T5 back in. You remember we had all that issue with the reverse cameras. Finally got that fixed after hours and hours and hours of diagnosing and adding relays and trying to make everything work. I eventually got it sorted. And then the rest of the afternoon, I've been playing with that bloody Turkish van. and I can happily say I know what the problem is. So there's two little relays, or there's four little relays underneath the seats, and they govern, two of them govern the sliding door and two of them govern the rotating in. And basically the rotating in one for the passenger side is weak. It's not doing its job. So now I've got to try and figure out where I can get one of these relays. And that's basically how we've come to the end of today. Everything's a mess. I'm not looking at it. I can't be arsed. I'm stressed, super stressed. But I'm going to take the bike home, go for a ride, clear my head a bit, enjoy what we have of the sunshine. But my God, this bloody van, I tell you what, is testing my patience. But hopefully I'll try and get some more filming done tomorrow and show you what's what. But for now, appreciate everyone. My subscriber this morning for his dash camera, very funny guy, follows the channel, so hello to you. But yeah, I'm done, I'm beat, tired, worn out. Time to go and play with my bike. See you soon, everyone. Have a good Friday evening if you're doing anything. Be safe.